Imagine reaching the age of 80 and embracing a life uniquely your own, filled with vitality, purpose, and joy. Meet Eleanor, a vibrant and independent woman who has redefined what aging can look like. While many perceive this stage of life as a time to rely heavily on others, Eleanor charted a different course, one of resilience, independence, and unshakable self-reliance. Her story is not just about aging gracefully, it's about living boldly, cherishing each moment with courage and grace. Join us as we delve into Eleanor's remarkable journey and uncover the secrets to leading a fulfilling, autonomous life at any age. In the eyes of society, turning 80 is often seen as a significant milestone, one that may signal a decline in self-sufficiency and an increased dependence on others for daily needs. However, Eleanor, an 80-year-old with a sharp mind and a heart full of determination, has challenged this narrative with her distinctive philosophy on life. She firmly believes that age is just a number and does not dictate one's ability to live independently. Despite her advanced years, Eleanor has chosen to live alone, savoring the peace and freedom that come with solitude. She has graciously declined numerous invitations from her children, who have offered her a place in their homes to share family life. Smiling warmly, Eleanor explains, "I'm perfectly content on my own. I don't want to burden my kids. Living alone at this age is the happiest and most stable choice for me. There's no better way to grow old than with this sense of freedom and independence." Eleanor is convinced that a joyful old age shouldn't hinge on the care provided by children, but rather on one's ability to take control of their own life. She treasures the tranquility of her solitary lifestyle, structuring her days at her own pace without having to conform to anyone else's habits or expectations. This determination is not just a testament to her capabilities, but also a way of preserving her dignity. She is steadfast in her decision to maintain her independence for as long as possible, believing that taking charge of her own life is the ultimate source of happiness and fulfillment. Eleanor, at 80 years old, is the embodiment of vitality and resilience. With bright eyes, a graceful stride, and an energy that defies her years, she often leaves people believing she's only in her 60s. Yet, behind this youthful and self-sufficient exterior lies a profound story of challenges and deliberate choices that have shaped her independent life after the loss of her beloved husband. A decade ago, when her husband passed away, the pain of loss had barely begun to settle when another challenge emerged, her children's well-meaning concern. They urged her to move in with them, convinced it would be safer for her to live under their care rather than alone in her home. "You'll be safer with us around, Mom," they said, their voices filled with love and worry. But Eleanor, steadfast in her independence and armed with an unyielding spirit, declined their offer. She appreciated their kindness but knew her freedom was not something she could sacrifice. She explained, with a calm yet resolute tone, that freedom was a value she held above all else. Living with her children, though well-intentioned, would mean adjusting to their routines, their way of life, and even their unspoken expectations. "There are spaces in their homes where I'd feel like a guest, not free to move or touch as I please," she reflected. That, to her, was a restriction she couldn't bear. Furthermore, she didn't want to become a burden, however slight, on their lives. "They have their own families and responsibilities. My presence, no matter how welcome, could disrupt the harmony of their household, especially with their spouses," she reasoned thoughtfully. For Eleanor, maintaining a respectful distance from her children was akin to a well-balanced soup: too close, and it would scald; too far, and it would grow cold. The idea of moving to a retirement home crossed her mind but was quickly dismissed. "I can't bear to live under strict rules and schedules. I've grown too accustomed to my freedom," she admitted with a smile. Hiring a caregiver was another suggestion, but the thought of using her modest pension for such an expense felt impractical. "My pension is for my own needs. How could I spend it on someone else? My children also have their own pressures. I can't add to their burdens," she said, her voice tinged with pragmatism. Ultimately, Eleanor resolved to rely on herself. "As long as my body is strong and I can care for myself, I'll happily live in my little house for the rest of my days," she decided. To maintain her health and independence, Eleanor embarked on a journey of discovery. She immersed herself in research and even traveled with like-minded friends to villages renowned for longevity to observe how the elderly thrived there. What she found was astonishing. These individuals, regardless of age, were constantly on the move, working in fields, tidying their homes, staying active. They didn't believe that just because they were old, others should serve them. They never let anyone do what they could manage on their own, she recalled. Deeply inspired, their spirit of independence and self-reliance left a lasting impression on her. Eleanor noticed another remarkable trait among these seniors. They were all optimistic, cheerful, and decisive. Despite leading modest lives, they found ways to make each day meaningful. They ate well, slept soundly, and maintained a positive outlook, simple habits that seemed to hold the key to their longevity. Learning from them changed my perspective, Eleanor shared. In the past, I would let trivial matters bother me for days. Now, I embrace optimism, and my body naturally feels stronger. Reflecting on her peers who weren't as fortunate, Eleanor observed how unhealthy lifestyles had taken a toll. Many of my contemporaries have irregular routines. They don't eat or sleep on time, rarely exercise, and these habits have eroded their health, she lamented. Watching them struggle to live independently reinforced her determination to prioritize her well-being. I fear losing the ability to care for myself more than I fear death itself, she admitted. For her, the idea of being unable to live on her own terms was far more frightening than any other prospect. Driven by this mindset, Eleanor adopted a disciplined lifestyle. She exercised daily, regardless of weather conditions, often stepping outside to move and connect with the world. I never let myself stay cooped up at home. It's a waste of health and spirit, she remarked. Her commitment extended beyond physical activity. She joined group trips and challenged herself by navigating steep paths and rugged terrain. Even when others offered help, she refused. Once you start relying on others, you risk losing your own discipline. I want to maintain my strength and independence for as long as possible, she declared. Eleanor's ultimate goal is clear: to live healthily and leave this world without the burden of illness. If I could pass away peacefully in my sleep, I'd consider my life complete, she mused, her voice serene yet resolute. She understands that many people pity an elderly woman living alone, assuming her life must be lonely or difficult. But for Eleanor, her independence is a profound source of happiness. For us seniors, health is everything. A healthy person can enjoy a peaceful and fulfilling old age, living without illness, without pain. That is the greatest happiness, she concluded with a gentle smile. Eleanor shared, I am in good health and have a very positive attitude towards life. My happiness index in old age is very high, and living alone has not diminished the quality of my life. The reason I have been able to live alone for 20 years happily is because of the following 3 things. First and foremost, Eleanor believes that as we age, it is essential to be a little selfish when it comes to our well-being. Our children have their own lives, their own responsibilities, and it's important not to become a burden on them, she says. Eleanor's relationship with her late husband, George, had been built on mutual respect for each other's space and independence. When George was alive, they lived on a combined pension of around $2,500 per month. George was a meticulous manager of their household finances, keeping things in order while still managing to help their children financially whenever needed. Eleanor and George had always been generous, giving $600 every month to their son and daughter-in-law, who were raising 3 young children. But when their son and his wife bought a larger home and took on a significant mortgage, Eleanor and George knew they needed to step back financially. Their son and daughter-in-law's monthly mortgage payment alone exceeded $2,500. And although they had a combined income of over $12,000, their financial pressures remained high. George had always understood this, and he voluntarily continued contributing the $600 to ease their burden. But when George passed away, Eleanor was faced with the reality that her household's finances had changed drastically. Without George's income, I could no longer afford to contribute that $600 every month, Eleanor explained. I sat down with my son and daughter-in-law and explained that, without my late husband's pension, I couldn't continue helping them the way I had been. They understood completely and assured me that they didn't need my financial help anymore. They told me to live my life fully and to let them know if I ever needed assistance. From that moment forward, Eleanor stopped providing the extra financial support. She firmly believes that while it's good to help your children when you can, it's just as important to recognize when you can't, without feeling guilty. If I kept giving them money, it would have drained my own resources, which would have affected my own quality of life. Eleanor says, money doesn't grow on trees, and if I kept giving, I'd have to start cutting back on my own spending, which would impact my health and well-being. If I become unhealthy, then I'm no longer able to take care of myself, let alone be there for anyone else. Instead of continuing to give financially, Eleanor took the time to reevaluate her own financial needs and set a new budget for herself. She divided her monthly pension of $1,500 into 3 parts. One for essential living expenses, another for discretionary spending, and the third for savings. This simple yet effective budgeting approach gave her peace of mind. By managing my finances well, I no longer burden my children. I know I can live comfortably and independently, and they don't have to worry about me. Eleanor's philosophy is clear. Setting boundaries, especially in older age, is not selfish, but a necessary step towards maintaining autonomy and well-being. Taking care of myself first is the best way I can ensure I'm living well. I've worked hard for what I have, and I deserve to enjoy it. She concludes, when you're older, it's important to have a bit of selfishness in the sense of ensuring your own happiness and health, because if you don't, it will only lead to stress and regret. Second, don't interfere too much in your children's lives. As we age, it's easy to feel the instinct to help our children whenever they face challenges. However, Eleanor, reflecting on her own experiences, strongly advises against being overly involved in their affairs. I've seen many older people, including friends and acquaintances, who can't resist stepping in when their children are struggling. She shares thoughtfully. They often cut back on their own needs, scrimp and save, thinking that if they help their children now, their own old age will be secure. They believe that providing financial support or giving advice constantly will lead to a peaceful and stress-free retirement. But Eleanor has learned from experience that this can often lead to the opposite outcome. What I've observed, and what happened to me in the past, is that the more you give, the more they expect. And, without realizing it, children can begin to take their parents' help for granted. They no longer see their parents as individuals with their own needs, but instead as a source of endless support. She recounts the painful truth. Over time, children stop considering their aging parents as people with their own challenges. Instead, they feel entitled to the help, never considering the toll it may take on their parents. It's a pattern I've seen again and again, and it can lead to deep frustration, bitterness, and exhaustion for the elderly. Eleanor chose a different path. From the moment my children became independent, I made a conscious decision not to intervene too much in their lives. They have their own ways of living, and I have mine. She explains with a warm smile. I don't worry about their day-to-day matters, and I've learned to focus on my own happiness. While many might feel obligated to be constantly involved in their children's lives, Eleanor found solace in maintaining her personal space and nurturing her own interests. I have hobbies I enjoy, and I make sure to surround myself with a circle of friends who share similar interests. She says, I host tea parties for my neighbors, catch up on life, reminisce about the good old days, and occasionally play cards for fun. These simple joys fill my days and keep me content. I've realized that my happiness doesn't depend on being wrapped up in the dramas or challenges of my children's lives. Eleanor's children, though loving and considerate, understand the importance of their mother's independence. They're thoughtful, often inviting me over for dinner, but they know I have my own routine, and they never pressure me to attend. Sometimes I go, sometimes I don't. They joke around, calling me the old lady enjoying life. But there's truth behind their playful teasing. They see me living my life fully and happily. Her advice for other older adults? Let your children live their own lives. And focus on living your own. It's not about abandoning them, but about creating healthy boundaries that allow everyone to thrive. You don't need to solve all their problems or become their constant support. You need to live for yourself as well. And in doing so, you'll be an example of happiness and self-reliance for them. Eleanor believes that by nurturing her own life, she is not only taking care of her own well-being but also fostering a healthier, more respectful relationship with her children. It's not selfish, she says. It's wise. When you stop overstepping, when you let your children face their own challenges, they learn to value you not just as a source of help, but as a person in your own right, someone who has her own needs, desires, and goals. Through this philosophy, Eleanor has found a profound peace in her later years, one that allows her to enjoy each day without the burden of trying to fix everything for others. Third, older adults should live happily and not dwell on the past. I believe that this is my life, and I have the right to live happily. Eleanor reflects thoughtfully. I cherish the present, enjoy each day, and do the things that bring me joy. I avoid dwelling on the past and always maintain a positive attitude, even when faced with unpleasant situations. I don't let them affect my mood. Eleanor's philosophy is one of embracing the present moment and focusing on what she can control, her happiness. This mindset has helped me maintain both my health and my strength. She shares. I remember an elderly woman once told me, if you want to live well in old age, you must learn to pamper yourself, live joyfully, and not take everything too seriously. I find this to be absolutely true. The past is behind us and cannot be changed. So why let it spoil our peace of mind? For Eleanor, the key to a happy old age lies in letting go of the past and enjoying the present. Older adults should learn to savor life, let their children handle their own matters, and not worry too much. In doing so, both parents and children can lead happy lives. In Eleanor's view, living alone doesn't mean loneliness or unhappiness. If you have good health, positive attitude, and a sound financial plan, you can live a very fulfilling life on your own. I believe that if you trust in your own abilities, you can face old age without fear, living a life that is joyful and meaningful. Eleanor encourages others to take charge of their own lives in their later years, believing that happiness in old age isn't a matter of relying on others, but of finding peace within oneself. If you find these stories inspiring and motivating you to take action, comment 9. If not, comment 0. Your opinions matter to us. Thank you for taking the time to listen. Part 2. 4 Secrets to Living Alone and Loving It. It's been over 20 years since my divorce. I never remarried, and though my children lived with me for a few years after, I've been living alone ever since. And you know what? I absolutely love it. The freedom, the rhythm of my daily routine, and countless little joys make this life feel like a privilege. Recently, I took some time to reflect on the factors that make solo living not just bearable, but incredibly fulfilling. After a bit of soul-searching, I realized that there are 4 key elements that truly elevate the experience of living alone. Whether you're already living solo, preparing to, or just unsure about it, understanding these principles might reveal how this lifestyle can actually be the best thing for you. In my own journey, I've discovered a freedom that was once unimaginable. When I first embraced living alone, it felt like an empty space, a life to be filled. But now, after all these years, I can confidently say that this space has been filled with peace, growth, and a sense of purpose that I could never have anticipated. The decision to live alone was never about loneliness or isolation. It was about rediscovering myself, forging a deeper connection with who I am, and embracing my independence in ways I hadn't imagined. So, stick with me as we dive into the 4 key principles that can transform your experience of living alone. You might just find that this is the perfect lifestyle for you. 2. 1. Take care of yourself first. Have you ever wondered who will take care of everything when you're not feeling well? Imagine waking up one morning and realizing that good health is the key to unlocking a fulfilling and happy life. For older women, This realization can be life-changing, offering a powerful opportunity to reclaim control over one's health and independence. Self-care isn't just an option, it's a necessity. I discovered this truth at the age of 67, shortly after my divorce in my late 40s. Since then, I've learned an important lesson. If I become ill or incapacitated, there won't be anyone coming to my rescue. And so, I made my health a priority. In the last few years, I've committed to a serious health recovery journey. In my 40s and 50s, I was in great shape, but as I entered my 60s, things started to decline. One morning, I had a stark realization. If I didn't take charge of my health again, everything would just get worse. I wasn't willing to let that happen. Let's pause and think about this for a moment. If you fall ill or get injured, who will handle everything for you? Nothing can get done unless you take care of yourself first. I've completely overhauled my diet to ensure that I'm getting the right nutrients and fueling my body with wholesome foods. I switched to drinking filtered water, and I've made sure to take a variety of vitamins every day to fill in any nutritional gaps. Exercise has become an essential part of my routine. I make sure to work out almost every day, lifting weights to keep my muscles strong and my body in top condition. After all, I know that no one is coming to save me. I must be my own advocate. You should take a moment to assess your own health and figure out what works for you. Are you walking daily? Have you developed a workout routine that includes strength training? Are you eating the right foods, getting enough sleep, and managing stress? Do you make time for meditation or simply sit in quiet reflection? Whatever it takes to maintain your optimal health, do it. It's not just about managing daily tasks at home. It's about feeling better, being more active, and embracing a life filled with energy and enjoyment. For me, the top priority, no exceptions, is taking care of myself first. 2. Assessing your skills and capabilities. Have you ever wondered how you would handle unexpected challenges that life throws at you? As we age, many of us begin to question whether we're truly capable of managing situations when things go awry, or when life circumstances push us beyond our comfort zones. However, by the time we reach midlife, we've already accumulated a vast wealth of experience and skills that are invaluable assets. This is the point where you realize you already possess everything necessary to confront life's challenges with confidence. Whether it's fixing a leaky faucet or relying on a neighbor for assistance, the journey of learning and growing has equipped you with resilience and resourcefulness. Now, it's time to tap into your inner strength and the support of those around you to turn obstacles into opportunities. Take a moment to assess your skills and capabilities. Many women worry about what they would do if something breaks down, or if they can't manage a task on their own. But if you've reached midlife, you've already acquired the knowledge and practical skills necessary to handle a variety of situations. You've learned so much throughout your life. I was fortunate to grow up in a family where everyone knew how to get things done. The men in our family could build houses, fix cars, and more. The women were equally skilled, growing plants, taking care of the garden, and preparing meals from what we harvested. Our family had a diverse set of skills, and none of us were born experts. We learned everything step by step to manage our lives effectively. The key takeaway is that you have everything you need to manage your life. There's nothing in your everyday life, whether it's household tasks or car maintenance, that's too complicated. If you're dealing with a leaky toilet or a dripping faucet, there's an abundance of resources online. You can easily learn from someone who has already mastered the task and generously posted tutorial videos on platforms like YouTube. And if something goes beyond your expertise, don't hesitate to ask a friend or neighbor for help. People genuinely enjoy offering assistance. I'd like to share a personal story. One time, I needed help lifting a kayak onto my car. It weighed around 60 pounds and was quite long, making the task challenging. So, I asked a neighbor for assistance. He was more than happy to help. And afterward, he said, "If you ever need anything else, we're always here to lend a hand." People are always willing to help. So don't worry about managing everything on your own. Break tasks down into manageable steps. Learn new skills, and apply what you've learned. You've got this. Embrace the power of self-reliance. But remember that you don't have to do it alone. Whether it's fixing things around the house or managing daily tasks, your life experiences have already prepared you for the challenges ahead. Take pride in the skills you've acquired and use them to build an even stronger foundation for your future. 3. Maintaining security and peace of mind. In today's fast-paced world, where uncertainty often lurks around every corner, the feeling of security can sometimes feel elusive. Yet, we are living in an age where technological innovations offer us creative solutions to regain a sense of calm and safety. Imagine having the ability to know exactly who is at your door without ever getting up from your chair, or being able to protect your home and loved ones with just a click. These modern technological advancements aren't just for tech-savvy youth. They're designed for anyone seeking peace of mind and a sense of security in their lives. Let's explore how you can leverage these tools and strategies to create a safety cocoon in your daily environment, ensuring that every morning begins with a sense of assurance and every evening concludes in peace. The issue of safety may cause concern, but nowadays, there are numerous ways to protect yourself. Devices like smart doorbells, such as Ring, allow you to see who is standing at your door from the comfort of your own home. Additionally, you can install cameras around your property to enhance your peace of mind. Modern vehicles even come equipped with automatic locking systems, unlocking as you approach the car. Consider how many technologies we have today that didn't even exist a few decades ago. Reflect on what you truly need to feel secure in your living space. I personally live in a safe community, but I've still chosen to install a smart doorbell to see who's outside before answering the door. Some of my friends take it a step further, texting each other in the morning to check in and confirm that they are all right. The key is to implement what makes you feel safe. Take inspiration from resources like Amber Haydock on Instagram, who shares valuable safety tips, especially geared towards women. Identify the elements that give you a sense of security, put them into action, and you'll experience a deeper peace of mind. Security doesn't always have to come from physical barriers. It can be in the awareness and strategies you apply to your life. Simple tools like these can help you feel connected, prepared, and confident, knowing that no matter what the world throws your way, you have the power to protect what matters most. Whether it's embracing new tech or relying on community connections, maintaining a sense of security can transform your daily experience into one of tranquility and control. 4. Embracing your freedom. Embrace the freedom that comes with living on your own. For me, living independently has opened up a world of exciting possibilities. I've traveled solo internationally for over a year, lived in different states, and experienced incredible things, all because I could make decisions for myself without needing anyone else's approval or convincing anyone else of my plans. There's something powerful about the ability to make choices for yourself. Freedom, in this sense, isn't just about not having obligations. It's about the ability to shape your life in ways that align with your personal desires and goals. You could decide to have spaghetti for breakfast, sleep in until 10 a.m., or stay up all night binge-watching comedy videos. There are no rules other than the ones you set for yourself. This flexibility is liberating. I personally enjoy dining out alone several times a week. It may seem unconventional to some, but to me, it's a small act of self-care and indulgence. It's empowering to walk into a restaurant and sit at a table for one, choosing whatever dish I crave in that moment and simply enjoying my own company. Living on your own allows you to cultivate a sense of adventure, to try new hobbies, and meet new people at your own pace. The possibilities are endless because, in this chapter of your life, you are in full control. I believe the beauty of living independently lies not only in the tangible freedom it provides but also in the inner growth it fosters. You have the space to reconnect with yourself, to explore passions that may have been sidelined, and to build a life that reflects your authentic desires. If you've recently found yourself single or living alone, it might feel overwhelming at first, but it's also an incredible opportunity to rediscover the joy of living for yourself. Seize this moment to nurture your own happiness, to explore what makes you feel alive, and to create a lifestyle that celebrates your autonomy. For me, living independently has been a journey of self-discovery, growth, and embracing the adventure of every single day. The beauty of living alone is not just in the physical space it provides, but in the emotional and mental freedom it grants you to design the life you've always wanted. So, why not make the most of it? Every day is an opportunity to reinvent yourself. Try something new, and bask in the joy of living on your own terms. Part 3. The benefits of living alone in later years. Imagine a life where every corner of your home tells a unique story, where every decision you make reflects your passions, desires, and the person you've become. For many women in their later years, living alone is not merely a circumstance, it's a bold statement of independence, self-discovery, and personal fulfillment. Living alone at this stage of life isn't just about solitude. It's an empowering opportunity to break free from societal norms and expectations. It's about creating a space where you are the architect of your own life, and every choice is an expression of your true self. Whether it's transforming a room into a creative sanctuary, savoring the quiet of a peaceful morning, or mastering the art of financial independence, living alone opens the door to immense personal growth and empowerment. In a world that often undervalues older women, living independently challenges these stereotypes and provides the freedom to redefine what fulfillment looks like. You're not bound by anyone else's routines or expectations. You have the power to cultivate a life that aligns with your unique vision of happiness and success. The benefits of living alone in later years go far beyond just having your own space. It's about embracing the freedom to explore new passions, reinvent yourself, and create a lifestyle that's rich in meaning and purpose. As you navigate this new chapter, you discover that the power to shape your future lies firmly in your hands. 1. Autonomy and independence. Living alone is often an invaluable experience, particularly for those women who hold autonomy and independence in high regard. The freedom that a private space offers allows you to make decisions on your own terms, without the need for compromise. This sense of independence extends far beyond controlling physical space. It permeates every aspect of life, creating opportunities to live on your own terms, prioritize what truly matters, and immerse yourself in pursuits that bring you joy. Imagine the satisfaction of transforming a spare room into a personal art studio, or the joy of cultivating a garden that reflects your unique creativity and passions. Such control fosters deep contentment. For many older individuals, living alone is a powerful affirmation of self-reliance and inner strength. After years of sharing responsibilities and decision-making with others, the ability to shape your daily life independently becomes a source of pride and accomplishment. It's a testament to the resilience that has developed over time, a confidence in navigating life's challenges on your own. This phase also marks an exciting period where personal hobbies and passions can truly flourish. Free from the constraints of others' schedules or preferences, the freedom isn't just about enjoying peace and quiet. It's about using that freedom to make conscious choices that elevate your quality of life. Whether it's starting a new creative project, learning a new skill, or simply spending time in ways that nourish your spirit, living alone offers you the room to thrive. Consider the example of a woman in her 60s, after retiring from a demanding career, finding fulfillment in dedicating her time to painting, something she had always loved but never had the space to pursue. She transforms a small corner of her home into a cozy studio, where she loses herself in creating vibrant landscapes and portraits. Her art becomes an expression of her journey, one that she can now share with others or keep as her own personal sanctuary. Living alone doesn't just bring solitude, it empowers you to reconnect with your inner self, redefine your life on your terms, and embrace the joy that comes from making choices that align with who you truly are. 2. Personal growth and self-discovery. Living alone can be a transformative experience, offering a unique opportunity for personal growth and self-discovery. For many women, the freedom that comes with independence allows them to reconnect with themselves in ways that might have been neglected in the hustle of daily life. Without the constant demands of others, there is space to explore personal interests, rediscover forgotten passions, and even cultivate new talents. This solitude isn't just about being alone. It's about carving out time for reflection, self-awareness, and joy. The quiet moments in a home of one's own provide a rare opportunity for introspection. allowing you to dig deeper into your true essence. Unencumbered by external noise or expectations, it's a chance to embrace your own thoughts and desires, without the distraction of others' opinions. Consider the example of a woman who always dreamed of writing, but never had the time to pursue it. Upon living alone, she created a dedicated space for writing, allowing herself the freedom to explore her creativity. This decision not only reignited her passion for storytelling, but also opened new doors, leading her to share her work with a wider audience. Her story illustrates the power of solitude to unlock creative potential and personal fulfillment. Living alone provides the environment needed to reconnect with passions that may have been pushed aside. It's a process of empowerment, where you can prioritize personal dreams over external obligations. In a world that often values social connections and collective success, this quiet time alone becomes a pathway to a more meaningful, self-directed life. Imagine a woman in her 50s, after years of corporate work, deciding to explore painting. She transforms a part of her home into an artistic sanctuary, devoting herself to this new passion. Over time, her art garners attention, leading to a local exhibition. This journey of self-discovery not only rejuvenates her sense of purpose, but also creates a new community of like-minded individuals, adding layers of fulfillment to her life. In living alone, you are free to pursue what matters most to you, whether that's a creative project, a new hobby, or simply reconnecting with forgotten dreams. This space of self-exploration offers the perfect foundation for growth, enabling you to truly blossom on your own terms. 3. Creating a space that reflects who you are. Living alone offers the unique opportunity to design a home that truly reflects who you are. For many older adults, the ability to arrange their living space according to personal taste is not just about aesthetics, but about creating a nurturing environment that resonates with their identity and experiences. Every corner of the home can become a reflection of a life lived on their terms. When living alone, you have the freedom to make decisions that speak to your soul. Imagine a home where each piece of furniture, every decoration, and even the smallest trinket tells a story, perhaps a cozy nook for reading, bathed in the soft glow of a vintage lamp, or a living room filled with cherished items collected over a lifetime of travel and experiences. These personal touches transform a house into a sanctuary, offering both comfort and inspiration. For older individuals, the ability to control every detail of their environment brings a sense of independence and accomplishment. It's more than just a space to live in. It becomes a tangible expression of their personal journey. Whether it's transforming a spare room into a creative studio, or designing a garden that reflects their love for nature, living alone allows them to shape a space that nurtures their passions and celebrates their individuality. Take, for example, someone who has spent years traveling the world. Living alone allows them to turn their home into a gallery of their adventures. From rare antiques and artwork to souvenirs from far-off places, each item becomes a touchstone of memory and a reminder of the life they've built. This process of curating their space brings not only a sense of pride, but also a deep satisfaction from being surrounded by the things that matter most to them. In a world that often tells us how to live, creating a home that reflects who we truly are becomes an act of empowerment. Living alone offers the space to reconnect with ourselves and create a sanctuary that supports our growth, creativity, and happiness. It's a space where every object tells a story and every decision is made with intention, an environment that nurtures both the body and the spirit. 4. Peace and stillness. For many older women who choose to live alone, the concept of peace and stillness takes on profound significance. This tranquility is not just a luxury, but a vital element for maintaining emotional and mental health. In the hustle and bustle of daily life, constant noise and ongoing pressures can leave a person feeling overwhelmed. In this context, the stillness of living alone becomes a precious escape, offering a much-needed reprieve. For many, a quiet environment serves as a sanctuary, a place to truly relax and recharge. Imagine a woman who has spent decades fulfilling her duties to family and career. Now retired, she savors her morning coffee on the porch, where she can take in the sound of birds chirping without interruptions. This simple act becomes a ritual, a moment of peace she has longed for, allowing her to savor each sip and reflect in the calm. These daily moments of stillness are not just habits, they are integral to self-care. They are an opportunity to create space for reflection, where thoughts can flow freely and worries can fade. Peaceful moments like these help to nurture inner peace and give the mind the space it needs to rest and rejuvenate. This newfound tranquility also offers the freedom to immerse oneself in personal hobbies or passions, without the pressure to fulfill anyone else's needs. A woman who once had little time for herself might now enjoy the luxury of diving into a favorite book or pursuing a creative project at her own pace. Without the constant demands of others, she has the room to reconnect with what truly matters to her, cultivating a deeper understanding of her own desires, dreams, and emotions. Living alone doesn't just bring solitude, it brings an environment that allows one to be fully present with oneself. It's an invitation to slow down, to rediscover the joy of small moments, and to cultivate a life centered on peace. In this stillness, we not only find respite from the world, but also rediscover the richness of our own inner world. 5. Strengthen financial control. Living alone offers a unique opportunity to take greater control of one's finances, fostering a sense of empowerment and independence, an aspect particularly resonant in American culture. As we age, financial management transforms from a necessity into a way of aligning our resources with personal goals and aspirations. For older individuals, this can be an incredibly liberating experience, granting them the freedom to spend their hard-earned money on what truly matters to them, free from external pressures or expectations. Imagine the feeling of autonomy when you have the sole authority to decide how each dollar is spent. This newfound independence can lead to a more disciplined approach to budgeting and saving, bringing a sense of security and preparation for the future. For some, this might mean allocating funds toward a long-cherished dream, like traveling to new destinations or investing in a long-held hobby. This control over finances is especially meaningful for older adults who have spent decades prioritizing the needs of others. Whether through family responsibilities or professional duties, living alone creates the space to focus on personal growth and happiness, allowing individuals to direct their financial resources toward their own fulfillment. By managing their finances independently, they can confidently shape their financial future, ensuring that their golden years are as fulfilling and exciting as possible. For instance, consider a woman in her late 60s who has spent most of her life supporting her family. Now, with the freedom of living on her own, she begins to carefully plan her finances. She decides to save for a long-awaited trip to Italy, a place she's always dreamed of exploring. With her meticulous budgeting and smart investments, she is able to not only make the trip, but also invest in activities that bring her joy, like attending art classes or starting a new business venture. This financial independence allows her to not only enjoy the present, but also invest in her future, making every moment more rewarding. The power to control one's finances offers more than just a practical benefit. It is an affirmation of personal agency. For those living alone, it's not just about managing money. It's about shaping a life that reflects their true desires, ensuring they can live the later years of their life with confidence and excitement. 6. Enhance social connections. Living alone is often perceived as a solitary experience, yet for many women, it represents an opportunity to strengthen social connections in a profound and meaningful way. The freedom that comes with living alone allows them to decide when and how they wish to interact with others, which can lead to deeper, more fulfilling relationships. Instead of being bound by social obligations, they can build friendships and social networks that truly align with their values and interests. The independence of social life encourages these women to actively participate in community activities and social groups. This proactive approach leads to a rich social life that may include joining local book clubs, volunteering at community centers, or exploring new hobbies like painting or yoga. These activities not only enrich their daily lives, but also connect them with like-minded individuals, creating a strong sense of belonging within the community. In American culture, where independence is highly valued, living alone provides women with the chance to embrace their individuality and connect with others on their own terms. This challenges the stereotype of living alone as synonymous with loneliness, and instead highlights how it can become a vibrant social experience. Through these connections, women find strength, resilience, and a sense of community, valuable assets at any stage of life. Take the example of a woman in her early 70s who has spent most of her life focusing on her family and career. Upon retiring and moving into her own space, she takes up painting and joins a local art class. Here, she not only discovers a new passion, but also forms deep connections with fellow students who share her love for creativity. Together, they organize exhibitions and workshops, creating a supportive network that fosters both personal growth and social interaction. This newfound social circle brings her not only joy and fulfillment, but also a renewed sense of purpose and connection to the world. Living alone, in this sense, becomes a catalyst for social enrichment, a time to rediscover passions, develop new skills, and form meaningful bonds. The freedom to choose when and how to interact with others allows women to cultivate a social life that is rich, diverse, and rewarding. It's not just about avoiding loneliness. It's about actively creating a network that supports personal growth, celebrates individual interests, and provides a sense of community and belonging. Through these social engagements, women find a renewed sense of strength and resilience, enhancing their overall well-being and enriching their lives in ways that are both significant and lasting. 7. Focusing on health and well-being. Living alone provides many women with the freedom to prioritize their health and well-being in ways that were previously difficult to achieve. Without the distractions of family responsibilities or external pressures, they can create personalized routines that support both physical and mental health. This shift toward self-care isn't merely a practical adaptation. It becomes a profound journey of self-discovery and empowerment. For many older women, living independently offers the flexibility to establish wellness habits that truly resonate with them. Whether it's engaging in regular exercise, preparing nutritious meals, or practicing mindfulness through meditation. Take, for instance, a woman in her early 60s who has always been passionate about yoga, but never had the time to fully embrace it due to work and family obligations. Now, with her own space, she transforms a spare room into a peaceful sanctuary. It's filled with yoga mats, calming candles, and soft, ambient music. This intimate setting allows her to practice at her own pace, whenever she feels the need. What was once a sporadic hobby now becomes a consistent part of her daily routine, seamlessly integrating into her lifestyle and contributing to both her physical strength and mental clarity. Living alone also fosters a deeper connection with oneself. In solitude, there is an opportunity to tune in to one's own needs and desires without the influence or interruption of others. This enhances the sense of independence and autonomy, creating a powerful sense of control over one's own life. With this empowerment, women can fully explore their passions and interests without guilt or compromise. The freedom to care for oneself, without being concerned about the needs or expectations of others, becomes both a source of joy and strength. Moreover, focusing on health and well-being in a solitary living situation often leads to improvements in both physical and mental health, thus enhancing one's overall quality of life. For example, a woman might begin cooking fresh, homemade meals from scratch, something she always wanted to do but never had the time for in the past. These new habits foster a sense of accomplishment and satisfaction, knowing she is nourishing her body with wholesome food. The process itself can also be deeply meditative, providing her with moments of peace and mindfulness. This proactive approach to self-care empowers women to embrace a lifestyle that elevates their sense of fulfillment. It is not merely about staying healthy. It is about feeling vibrant, engaged, and alive. For older women, this shift can be liberating, reinforcing the idea that age is not a barrier to living a vibrant, healthy life. It offers the opportunity to redefine one's identity, reconnect with passions, and experience a new chapter of life full of vitality and joy. By focusing on health and well-being, women living alone can unlock a deeper sense of contentment and live a life that feels truly fulfilling. 8. The empowering sense of accomplishment. The power of independence in managing a household is often underestimated. especially for older adults who may have spent much of their lives relying on others. Taking control of one's living environment, whether it's handling small repairs or managing day-to-day tasks, becomes an incredibly empowering experience. For many older women, this journey of self-sufficiency not only enhances practical skills, but also significantly boosts self-confidence and self-esteem. There's a profound sense of achievement when mastering new skills and applying them successfully, as it validates one's ability to thrive independently. Consider, for example, a woman in her 60s who decides to tackle a small plumbing issue in her home. Rather than calling a professional, she learns how to fix it herself, researching tutorials and gathering the necessary tools. The sense of pride she feels after fixing the problem, all by herself, goes far beyond the financial savings. It's a powerful reminder that age does not equate to a loss of competence or capability. Each completed task, no matter how small, chips away at the societal expectations that often diminish the value of older individuals. The sense of accomplishment is not just about fixing a leak, it's about reinforcing her sense of self-worth and independence. This experience of empowerment also extends to broader areas of life. As a woman builds confidence from managing household tasks, she is more likely to approach other challenges with a positive mindset. Whether it's learning a new hobby, making health-related decisions, or taking on new social opportunities, the confidence that comes from self-reliance translates into a greater willingness to explore and embrace new challenges. Furthermore, this process of independent living contributes to emotional and mental well-being. The act of managing one's home can create a sense of purpose and pride, which is especially important in later stages of life. Knowing that you are fully capable of maintaining and improving your living space provides a deep sense of satisfaction, reducing feelings of helplessness that sometimes accompany aging. In this way, independence isn't just about keeping a house tidy, it's about maintaining one's identity, purpose, and sense of control over their own life. Choosing to live alone is an act of empowerment, one that celebrates autonomy and personal agency. It offers older women the freedom to create their own narrative, pursue passions, and embrace the strength that lies within. Living independently transforms what could be seen as isolation into an enriching and fulfilling experience, one where personal growth, creativity, and self-discovery thrive. It dismantles the myth of loneliness, replacing it with a vibrant picture of meaningful relationships, well-being, and personal growth. As you embark on this empowering journey, you'll rediscover your resilience and joy. Each decision and accomplishment will bring you closer to a life that reflects your true self. Embrace this new chapter with an open heart and adventurous spirit, showing the world the incredible power of living life on your own terms. If you found these insights inspiring and motivating, don't forget to leave a comment with 9 to share your thoughts. And if you want to continue exploring empowering content, hit that subscribe button and join us for more inspiring stories and advice.